In the world of Roblox obbies, there lies one game, Eternal Towers of Hell. This game is not meant for the faint of hearts. It's a test on people's tenacity. Of course, with that being the qualification, most don't make it past the first stage. For the ones that do make it past, however, one goal will be swiftly set in their minds. A goal so painstaking, so mind-numbingly difficult, that only a small handful of the already small batch of players would be able to reach. To reach the top of the difficulty chart. Catastrophic difficulty. For years on end, this was only so much so as a dream to me. But now, after becoming much better at obbies, it is my turn to walk the path. The path that was once deemed impossible. The path that was carved by legends so others could follow suit. On June 3rd, 2020, a young obbyist stumbled across this game. However, he was too impatient to wait out the loading screen for the first time players and left the game. Only a few weeks later did he give game a go again, this time waiting out the loading screen and getting into the game. Over time, interest for this started to build up for this ambitious little obbyist. Sometimes he would hit roadblocks, but a little timeout isn't enough to stop his adventure. Until he encountered the renowned remorseless difficulty, the hardest non-soul-crushing difficulty. After some more futile attempts, he ended his journey there. After over a year, he revisited the game. With newfound interest and skill, the remorseless barrier was no match for him. Not feeling satisfied enough, he stepped into an area that his past self would have shuddered at. The soul-crushing domain. After 4 days of hell, he managed to pull it off. He didn't take any time off to celebrate though, as he immediately went after 3 more insane towers, conquering them in the end. Until he would once again hit another roadblock, the extreme difficulty. Right as he was about to win, he failed the final stretch 4 times, and that's where his flames of respark finally died out, and he quits once again. Over a year later, again, his friend too revisited the game and conquered a soul-crushing of his own after beating a Citadel as his new hardest. This re-sparked enough motivation for him to come back and finish what he started. 7 days later, he did it. After finishing off another extreme tower, he decided it was time for the terrifying difficulty. Albeit going for a really bad choice, he managed to pull through after 3 grueling months. And now, it is finally time for what he has always dreamed of since he got into this game. Step 1 is to, of course, choose a tower to grind. Now unfortunately, when I was still picking for options, I was still suffering from the Tower of Journey's End effect. This made me not very brave on picking a tower to grind. Because of that, I went to look for low-end catastrophic as my choices. I first checked every tower that suited my criteria in the main game. I hated all of them. I went to the sub-games to look for more options, but all of them turned out to be either trash as well, or has inaccurate difficulty for 60 FPS. I went back to the main game and went with Tower of Generation Failure. The only reason why I didn't want to do this tower to begin with was the sheer amount of GVJ spams, and also this rap on 4-9. But after realizing that Tower of Augmented Misery is worse by a lot, I decided to grind this tower. Day 1 of grinding, the most memorable and iconic day of every grind. Now, unfortunately, during this time, I was still suffering from the Tower of Journey's End after effect, meaning that I had very less energy and motivation to grind this tower, which also translates to I played really badly, and this is the furthest I got today. Throughout the next few days, I would make little to no progress at all. When I do make progress, it's only by a few jumps only. So I try reverting back to my old style when I grinded Tower of Journey's End. setting a daily quota for a floor to reach. However, that didn't quite work out for a few reasons, the most notable one being that when I started grinding that tower, I had as much time as I needed. But this time, I have significantly less free time than before, so I couldn't even grind much even if I wanted to. And yeah, I didn't want to grind that much anyways, especially with my lack of motivation and energy. With that huge mind block and a lack of motivation, I was dropping a 0 out of 10 performance here. By the next day, reality starts to set in for me. I started thinking that maybe I should do another terrifying tower before I even attempt this tower. Especially when I made even less progress than yesterday, where I somehow failed to jump to 2 twice. Until finally, this happened. It took 5 days into the grind for me to reach floor 2 for the first time. That just shows you how debuffed I was from that Tower Journey's End grind I had, and I wasn't very pleasantly greeted, as I found a section that I very dislike. And also a jump.
Good, and then I fell. Well.
2 days later, I would finally get back up there again, just to fail the next jump after that. Now unfortunately, this is when EToH went into maintenance for its big update. So progress was halted for 3 days, and when it finally released again, something not good happened. Trails are doing this now, which means I had to take off my luck charm, my TODC trail. And I played really badly after taking it off. Not sure if it's because of the trail, I personally think it's because of it. That means that I have to finally say goodbye to my luck charm that has stuck with me ever since I beat TODC. Goodbye, difficulty chart trail. Just kidding, they fixed this a few days later. But anyways, despite what I deemed unlucky, I still managed to bring my personal best 4 times. Now, you might think that is a good thing. Well, it is a good thing. It's only extended by a few jumps each time. However, it extended far enough for me to reach floor 3. Luckily. Floor 3 is where I got my first taste of button progress for this tower. Unfortunately, I wouldn't get to experience it, as I fell later on back down to floor 1 and had no more motivation to grind this tower for the day. However, even after getting all that progress, my consistency doesn't seem to be catching up to my progress, so I'll still play like a bot for the next few days, and very rarely getting to floor 2 as well. After that fail montage, I was finally able to get back to my personal best, and I passed it, which I would then be rewarded by a netted section that guarantees quite a lot of progress if I do say so myself. This is also the perfect opportunity for me to practice the type of jumps that I would have to get used to later down the line, so I spent longer than usual here. Here's where the second button progress for this tower would appear. Now, when I press this button, I have 2 ways to continue climbing the tower. I can jump back down to the start of 3 and redo this rather consistent gameplay, or I can do this obby that the button generated that sucks. I don't know who in their right mind would take this path unless they're trying to go for a fully legit route. You can kind of guess which path I took. None of that mattered though, as I proceed to fail a filler jump later. Things would finally start to look up here though, as 3 days later, I managed to make it back up there to my personal best, and made it to the outside. Now, the floor 3 outside. Some people say it's the hardest outside in the entire tower, and I would be one of those people, most notably because it's carried by these 2 jumps, where both are not only extremely scary, but they're also extremely chokeable. Good news is, I didn't fail there. Bad news is, I didn't fail there. Remember when I said that things were starting to look up? Well, long story short, I lied. Progress started to slow down tremendously after that. As you can see, it took another week for me to finally get back up there again. And while I did pass the 2 scary jumps that I mentioned, I accidentally walked off on the jump right after those. It was at that point where the burnout finally caught up to me, so I decided to switch up on how would I grind this tower. Instead of forcing myself to grind every day, I would only grind when I want to grind. And the quota is there to stay. Now of course, this slowed down my progress even further. So I had to do a decision that would go against my ego. Times have changed, the meta is different now. And along with the fact that I've been getting less and less free time, there's only one reasonable thing to do. And that is to finally part ways with 60 FPS. When I finally use 144 FPS, I could feel the surge in consistency. However, that doesn't mean that the 0 out of 10 performances are gone. I would say that they just upgraded to 1 out of 10 performances. With a new burst of motivation, it was only a matter of time until I reached there again. And since floor 3 is free after that, I have done it. I have completed floor 3 outside. From this point on, it should be a free ticket to floor 4. Hold on now, are we really being too optimistic over here? Yeah, no, it was in fact not a free ticket to floor 4. I failed a filler jump and was too mad to climb back up for the rest of the day after that. 5 days later, after fumbling yet another ticket to floor 4, I was able to clutch myself back up there, and I finally made it to floor 4. Floor 4 starts off with a very annoying walk around section. Thankfully, the net below allows you to catch yourself at the end of floor 3 outside, meaning I don't have to redo that crap, and I just gotta redo a few jumps to get back up. After getting some more button progress, I lost my run to cylinder physics. Luckily, my consistency boom is still ongoing. Just 1 day later, I made it back up there and encountered my very first GBJ. If you don't know what a GBJ is, well, in short, if you fall into it, you're dead. Now, a very shocking discovery is that they made it so that if you fall into a GBJ, you just instantly die. You don't get to sit there and think about how did you actually fall inside there, you just immediately die. And uh-oh, my consistency boom is over.
Hale continued in the same book by writing a new
It took another 7 days for me to get back up there to my personal best. At this point, it's starting to look intentional. It's always 7 days. Anyways, after passing the GBJ, the game would make me do a bunch of filler raps before making me do this wraparound. This rap over here is one of the 10 crimes against humanity jumps in this tower. I have about a 10% chance of landing it every time in practice. This is my first time here, so I had to lock in for a little bit for this jump. Just like that, I've passed the remaining roadblocks of floor 4, and I'm all set for floor 5. Floor 5, the easiest floor of the tower, so looking is not too much of a challenge. While floor 5 is the easiest floor, floor 6 is the hardest floor. Basically, everything I just had to go through for the past almost 10 minutes was just the beginning, and it gets much harder after this point. There are many new jumps that I still haven't got used to this day, but luckily they're mostly netted so I can retry as many times as I want to. Since it's my first run here, I didn't make it too particularly far. However, I was able to first try one of the infamous jumps, before failing the next jump, which is probably a filler now that I think about it. Unfortunately, here's when I ran into another external problem. Now, part of the reason why it took me so long to get here is my keyboard. You see, it's been double tapping, or triple tapping, or quadruple tapping, or more, whatever, you get the point. While I was able to stop it temporarily, the keyboard adapted to my temporary fixes. This cost me many runs in the past, and I do not want to lose another run this way. The keyboard that has carried me throughout the hardest roads of the journey, I too have to part ways with it. Oh, and another reason it took so long is my usually unstable FPS. One way or another, I came to the conclusion that the keyboard overlay is contributing to my lag. So now, I have to part ways with my keyboard overlay too. Goodbye, no board. The next day, I got a new keyboard. Now, of course, since I was on a new keyboard, I wasn't completely used to it yet. So my performance that day wasn't the most colorful, nor do I want to brag about it. I didn't have to spend too long getting used to my new keyboard though, as one day later, I already made it back up there and passed my personal best. Yeah, believe it or not, this is how the PB run ended, climbing down this ladder. And I lost the run to falling down this pipe hole. Once again, I made it back up there, and oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong clip there. I made it back up there and passed it, and proceeded to fail the next jump after that again, which is also one of the crimes against humanity jumps in this tower. Luckily, I clutched myself back up and failed, and again, until I passed it. Now, the only challenge remaining for this floor is the 4 studs to dig out the hardest jump of the tower. The only few things left in my path are a few extra jumps before floor 7. Oh, come on now, you already know me, it doesn't work like that. After 10 days later, I finally made it back up there, and I reached floor 7. This floor has an insane amount of button progress. The only problem is that usually the things that you fall on later down the tower are GBJs, so your run just ends anyways. Anyways, there's 3 unsafe challenges, so I had to do those first. Just like that, I've completed every unsafe challenge of floor 7, meaning everything else I'm gonna show in this floor is quite boring now, so fast forward. After so long, I'm finally on floor 8. While I did fall into a GBJ later, I was still pretty happy that I managed to fluke floor 7 and ended the day in a pretty satisfying conclusion. At this point, my consistency is starting to go way up. I was easily getting floor 6 runs. Before long, I made it back up there to my personal best, and I passed it. Unfortunately, I would fail the last jump before floor 8 gets free. Before I continue with what's left in the video, let me dedicate this short segment to this one guy who wants to be in the video. Hey man, I really don't recommend doing the same thing as I did, but hey, you're already doing better than me anyways, so more power to you. By the time this video comes out, he probably has already been in the tower by now, but still, good luck to your grind. And let's get back to the video. It seems that I underestimated my newfound consistency, as just one day later, I already made it back up there. And since the rest of floor 8 is free, I made my way up to 9.
Oh my god!
Before failing the con jump, a pretty famous jump back in the day.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Seeing that I was near the end, I needed to start practicing.
剣と制組み立てシミュレーション事実によく似た日なる真実人よ全てオートメーションもっとリアルな SF はどこ今日も今日とて忙しいメトレが手フォムしたアニジュ音君の声さえもプログラムされたこの時代のアンリファイ向上的に高まる願望が呼んだパンデミック形骸化した空気の中で声だけがさまよう水面下では銀河の果て無遊病の甘い後遺症衝動的に口走った世界のこのまま二人向こう側の月へ Going yeah standing over 今じゃベッドも宇宙ステーションここでは役に立たない一夜インカメーションしてもまた一緒 24/7 だけじゃ足りないいつではかける月のような永遠のスペースローな結末でも構わない We are cosmopolitan 青い星の中で二人で会えたこと盲目の女神でもないと言って高速が流れる情報の波にピカピカし最上階から眺めていた流星群とほうき星落ちて界の願いにかけて想像力は無限大上昇高層摩天に限られた方程式の先は遥か遠いアイスに交わる Gravity Ready for Run 映す水面は夜の風に優しくまた誰もが街の明かりに溶けてく小指の約束光る闇を泳いでいつか君と星の海へ警戒化した時もやがてざっとに埋まるだろう遠ざかった大空に待つ信じてよもう一度だけ一方的に解き明かした人工的一部の境界ならいつも超えてくグラビティゼロからタイムゼロもう限界とか冗談でしょ手がいけって飛び立とう 季節に追放へんだあらゆる命がきらめいている操られた魂は深い眠りへとここに生きていた証の構想なんてもがくより一つ一つを体震えて歩き出せず記憶のかけらに願いたくしても一人では何一つさえ動かせないんだ迷い生きる中譲れない願いがあったあなただけに僕は全て黒い空に昇る花は命をつないだ可憐な ちに流れたいくつもの日々の中に埋もれてた色のない僕の涙動く鼓動に戸惑いながら本当のここにまた鍵をかけていくため息残して鼻からこぼれてく雫を眺めていた君だけが僕の全てを知っているのかなどんな空の下のそばに置いていたくてそんな何かを求めて歩いてきた
Oh my god.
揺れる花びらただ美しくて消えないように祈った君をなくす時の僕は泣いてるのかな霞んだ三日月がきらめいてる塞いだ扉を叩くように光った響く夜空の大きな息が閉ざしてた心包み優しくささやくこの手を握って流れたいくつもの日々の中に埋もれてた色のない僕の涙動く鼓動に戸惑いながら本当の心にまた鍵をかけていく霞んだ三日月がきらめいてる塞いだ扉を叩くように光った響く夜空の大きな息がこの手を引いた心の鍵を開ける静かに
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so close.
Here I am at floor 10. The floor that decides whether you win or you lose. No amount of practice could have made me any less nervous. It was either this grind continues on or it ends today.
No. Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
This isn't just a story of a kid traversing through Lego towers. This isn't just a story of someone getting a video game achievement. This is the story of someone who didn't give up. Someone who never gave up. Someone who held on to the slimmest bit of hope and in the end, he achieved something his younger self was unable to do. He completed a journey that his younger self had carved out for him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video of the series, feel free to do that. There's a little bit more to the video, but those parts don't require me talking anymore, so this is where you part ways. Unless you watch my other videos, which I welcome you to do so. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you got anything bad to say about the video, well, feel free to comment anything negative as well then. But other than that, goodbye.
ような心